NFL fans, 49ers fans, welcome back to a brand new episode of the JAYY All Day NFL Show. Today, we're talking about your 49ers, all the free agency moves, all the offseason moves, followed by a 7-round full mock draft for the 49ers. They got some good picks this year, but let's not sugarcoat it. A lot of this team is going to look very different than it did the last few years, right? All right, let's get into it. 49ers fans, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're going to break down all these offseason moves. First, they traded Deebo Samuel to the Commanders. Got some picks. Traded Jordan Mason. That was a big surprise to me, considering how productive he was and not making a lot of money, right? Maybe Christian McCaffrey is healthier than he's been the last 2 years or whatever, but that was a weird move in my opinion. They also released Javon Hargraves, who signed with the Vikings, Malik Collins, who signed with the Browns, Leonard Floyd with the Falcons, and Tabor Pepper, the long snapper, right? Signed elsewhere. This is the laundry list. Hufanga, the safety, goes to the Broncos. Dre Greenlaw, the linebacker, goes to the Broncos as well. Aaron Banks signs a huge deal with the Packers. Probably overpaid for him a little bit, in my opinion. Charvarius Ward goes to the Colts. Yedem goes to the Saints. Josh Dobbs goes to the Patriots. Brandon Allen goes to the Titans. Jalen Moore goes to the Chiefs. Elijah Mitchell goes to the Chiefs. Flanagan Foles goes to the Giants, and Heck goes to the Bucks. They did re-sign Juszczyk, Barch, Givens, Robinson, and Patrick Taylor Jr. They added in free agents Demarcus Robinson, Mac Jones. I like that as a backup signing. Richie Grant, Jason Pinnock, John Weeks, Luke Gifford, Trey Brown, Trey Tomlinson, Luke Farrell, and Siran Neal. Not guys that are going to move the needle really for the 49ers, right? So let's take a look real quick at this depth chart before we get into this mock draft, right? Definitely need some upgrades at the safety spot for sure. Mustafa, I did like him coming out of Wake Forest last year, but young guy, very, very young room. And then Jair Brown, another young guy. They probably don't go safety early. These guys haven't been super productive, but they're super young, so probably give them some time. Some other linebackers besides Fred Warner would be nice as well. A pass rusher opposite of Bosa, and some tackles, man. The D tackle spots are looking bare with the release of Hargrave, right? And then Ayuk, Jennings, and Pearsall. I don't hate that wide receiver room. Pretty solid. Maybe a tight end to come in as the replacement for Kittle. He's getting older and expensive, right? Drafting another running back in this draft class probably makes some sense as well. Taking a look at this offensive line, Trent Williams is 4,000 years old. So we'll have to see what he looks like in this upcoming season. And then the guard spots, Pooney looks pretty good, and McKivitz looks pretty good as well. He's really coming into his own over the last few seasons. 6'6", 301, fifth-round pick out of West Virginia. Okay, now let's get into this 7-round mock draft for the 49ers. I think it's going to be a best player on the board type of draft. Not really drafting for positions of need per se, but bringing in the best football players into this organization. Let's do it. All right, 49ers fans, take a look at the screen. Here's all your picks. A 1, a 2, 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, and 3 7s, right? Definitely a lot of picks that can bring some talent into this organization. All right, we're picking 11 overall, right? Will Campbell still on the board. That's an interesting pick. Will Campbell, you probably stick him at tackle. Probably going to be a guard at the NFL level because of those shorter arms and small hands. But we'll see. He's a guy, can play either position. They need offensive line help desperately, in my opinion. So that could make some sense there for them at number 11. James Pierce Jr. also could make some sense, right? You could probably get a similarly talented offensive lineman later in the draft. But these monster edge defenders, right? Robert Saleh is the new defensive coordinator there. He likes to run that 4-3 scheme, and they need a guy that could get to the quarterback. He doesn't blitz a lot. So you need a guy who could get to the freaking quarterback, man. Straight up, right? He could probably play 4-3 or 3-4. A little bit smaller to set that edge in a 4-3. Donovan Ezra is probably about the same size. Yeah. James Pierce Jr. is definitely, A very quality athlete for sure. Very, very talented guy. I think he could play pretty scheme versatile guy. Kenneth Grant makes some sense as well at number 11. They need D tackle help desperately, man. And Kenneth Grant, you could put him all over the place, man. Super talented guy. Really, really. 6'3", 339. He could play the nose in a 3-4, excuse me. He could play the D tackle in the 4-3. Yeah, they're in quite the conundrum. Trading out of this pick might not be the worst idea in the world, right? Walter Nolan is a guy I really, really like as well. I think it's a stretch at 11. But for me, Will Campbell probably has the lowest floor out of all these draft picks, right? So we need to protect Brock Purdy. Will Campbell goes to the 49ers at 11. I just think he's the lowest floor guy. And a lot of these other guys at 11, it's a lot of risk, man. A lot of risk. I think Will Campbell could be an all-pro guard at the worst, right? Okay, now we're up 43 overall. Now, there's some great D linemen. TJ Sanders is on the board. A cornerback like Trey Amos on the board. Very, very talented guys. 6'4", 290. Pretty solid guy, man. I love myself some TJ Sanders. Definitely getting mocked to the 49ers in some scenarios, right? But, man, Trey Amos, absolute dog. I do love him. Long arms, big-bodied cornerback. He's special, man. Very, very, very special, right? Princely Umanmielen, he's on the board as well. I do like Princely Umanmielen. Really, really talented player, man. He definitely is probably more of an outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme, in my opinion, than like a 4-3. Stick your hand in the dirt and just pin your ears back and go after the passer. So, for me, at this point in the draft, I think we get some pass rushers a little bit later. Interior defensive line, this kind of talent's not going to be there much longer. I'm going TJ Sanders to the 49ers with their second selection, guys. So far, we got Will Campbell and TJ Sanders building this team through the trenches. Now we got 2 third-round picks, guys, coming up 75 overall. Cornerback, 66 overall ranked prospect, Ben Morrison, a guy I absolutely love. He's not getting a lot of love, but man, because he got hurt, dealing with some hip stuff, but he's going to be fine. He's only 21 years of age, and if you look at the tape from 2 years ago, when he was only 20, 19 going on 20, man, it's extremely impressive. Passer rating against 60. His first year playing for Notre Dame, passer rating against 29.2. This dude's a monster, man. I'm bringing in Ben Morrison to lock down a corner for the 49ers. All right, all my 49ers fans, we're up again in the third round, 100 overall. And this is a guy who's been getting mocked to the 49ers a lot, and he fits Robert Saleh's scheme. Ashton Jalot, 87.5 overall in 2024, 85.8 overall in 2023. True pass set, pass rush grade over 90, pass rush win rate over 20%. And he's got the size, 6'3", 275. I love this pick. Bring in some edge help opposite of Bosa. There we go, guys. Going defense heavy. A lot of defensive players left this offseason, right? So we need to replenish them. Now I want to keep building in the trenches, man. Maybe bring in another running back. Bring in some more offensive line help. We're up 4th round, 113 overall. I do like Vernon Broughton, man. He is an absolute monster. They're really thin at D tackle, like exceptionally thin. And Broughton is just an absolute monster, man. I love this dude. 6'4", 305. He's super talented, man. And he can defend the run. He can rush the passer. Good size, 6'4", 305. Good D tackle size. He could be a 3-4 D end or a D tackle, in my opinion, right? So that's an interesting play there as well. Caldwell from Oregon is available as well, 6'1", 340. This dude is an absolute monster. Definitely got nose tackle written all over him. You know, let's take a look at the tight ends available. Gunnar Helm. All the good players are selected already. So I'm taking a look at the draft now. Broughton is definitely an interesting guy that I really, really like. Mello Dotson, bringing in another quarterback, could be interesting. Jalen Rivers, the tackle from Miami, is interesting as well. J.J. Peaks, the D lineman from Mississippi. I do like that from Ole Miss, man. 6'2", 325, man. Originally a 4-star tight end recruit coming out of Oxford, Mississippi. Made the switch to D-line. Very versatile player. Very scheme versatile. J.J. Pigs can make some sense, man. Let's take a look at the running backs position as well. We need another running back, man. We traded away one of our main running backs. Where do we go? You know what? This is the perfect spot for him here. I love this running back. Damian Martinez, a very unheralded guy, at 113 overall in the 4th round. Now we're picking at 138. We got a running back. We got a tackle. We got really good defenders, right? Crenshaw Dixon, the tackle from Florida, started left tackle and right tackle over his college career. I like that he's a really good pass blocker, 81.8. Zone grade, pretty good as well, right? Take a look at some of the analysis on this guy. Tall offensive tackle with good arm length. Somewhat slender build gives him athletic movement and skills. Highly intelligent player, good patience. That's where you want to bring guys like that into your room. He can learn from Trent Williams. This guy's definitely more of a true tackle with his long arms. 6'7", 322. Will Campbell's probably going to play guard. So bringing in another tackle in the 4th round, I absolutely love that. We need a ton of offensive line depth in this draft. Now we're at 5th round, 147 overall. Broughton is still on the board, man. He's screaming, draft me, man. Draft me, draft me, draft me, Jay. Do it. Do it. 6'4", 305. I think he's very, very valuable, man. That could be an interesting pick, guys. Jarquez Hunter, Pat Bryant. I do like that wide receiver as well. Kyle Williams, another wide receiver. That's pretty cool. Oh, Kobe King. Let's bring in another linebacker, man. This guy's an in-the-box linebacker. Can play either one of those positions. I like this spot. Learning from Fred Warner. We need another linebacker for sure. Now, in round 5, 160 overall, man. Here we go, guys. Let's get her done. Upston Stout, the safety. I do like that. They could use some safety help as well. This dude has been very impressive in college. Back-to-back 80 grades. Excellent run defender. Missed tackle rate. One of the better missed tackle rates for a safety in all of college football. I love that pick in the 5th round. Next, 3 7th round picks. Best player available. Jake Majors, the center. Excellent pass blocker. I want to bring some depth at center. I like Jake Majors in the 7th round. You can't go wrong there. Cam Hormsley, very talented guy. 6'4", 306. I'm going to bring in some more D tackle help for sure. And then in the 7th round, Cypress. Really impressive cornerback, right? Didn't really play great in 2024 compared to how amazing he played in 2022. But there's talent in there, right? For a 7th round pick, that's an interesting spot to go, right? Clay Webb, the guard. Really, really impressive guy. Not the best pass blocker, and I don't love that, especially in today's football. You got to be able to pass block, man. You got to be able to do it. All right, Aubrey Burks, the safety, is on the board. Marcus Ware from Montana State. This is the opposite, man. Excellent run blocker, pass blocker. We need offensive line help so bad for this team. Marcus Ware makes a ton of sense, right? But we brought in an edge guy, a cornerback, linebacker, safety, center, D-line. I don't know if we want to go another offensive lineman, even though they could probably freaking use it, right? Tommy Hill from Nebraska makes a lot of sense. He played hurt in 2024, but was incredible in 2023, right? This is a guy you take a flyer on. Great size, 6', 205. He's an intriguing prospect this late in the draft, right? I love this pick in the 7th round. Tommy Hill, the cornerback from Nebraska, goes to the 49ers. Man, guys, I think we had a good draft. A overall grade from PFF. Let's go! Will Campbell, TJ Sanders, Ben Morrison. Wow, we crushed it. And then Galat, I don't know, I'm probably butchering that name, but he's a good edge defender. Damian Martinez, great running back. Crenshaw Dixon in the 4th round, we got an A grade. Kobe King, Upston Stout, Jake Majors, B+. Cam Horsley, man, we crushed the end of the draft with Cam Horsley and Tommy Hill. 49ers fans, let's clap it up for the A grade. We got the A grade from PFF. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you like this draft? Would you be happy with this draft haul, 49ers fans? I would love to know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.